You ready?
Get a little bit closer. Dad, get a little bit closer.
I'm close enough.
I know you can do it.
1, 2, 3. Awesome job. Good job. Everybody, hi kids, it's good to see you. This is my granddaughter. You've met her before. This is Callie, and this is her mom, Elise.
Hi.
When Elise was her age, there was no 1, 2, 3. There was no waiting for her. When Elise was her age, you just walk in the door and you just better be ready because somebody was going to come jumping out at you. And was one of those very special kinds of things. So thank you, Callie.
You're welcome.
Psalms 18, verse 29. We're going to read more of Psalm 18 a little bit later on, but Psalm 18, verse 29 says, with your help, with God's help, with the Lord's help, I can advance against a troop. I can advance against an army. And then this statement, with my God, when you're with me, I can scale a wall. Truly isn't something that necessarily we think about very often, but the idea of in a battle with a walled city that you would have to at some point eventually be able to scale and get over a wall, and you don't really know what's on the other side of it, but David says, I'm happy to advance against difficult odds because you're with me, because your joy, my life is about seeking your joy, and your joy gives me the strength to do that. And then that trust that says, I'll scale a wall, and some versions say, I can jump over a wall, is a powerful statement of, I trust you, God, that you'll take care of me, whatever's on the other side of that wall. You've heard the idea of a leap of faith. And to a certain extent, you heard Callie say, wait, come a little closer because we get nervous when that distance is too far. And yet she came. And one of the reasons she came, and she got to that point where she leaned out, and you eventually get to the point where you got to go. And one of the reasons she would lean like that, one of the reasons she would go like that was because she trusted me. When Elise jumped out of nowhere when she was little, she trusted that I was going to catch her, and I can't think of a single time that I dropped her. I didn't necessarily catch her as well as I should have every time. In our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade class on Wednesday nights, we're talking about the power of the Bible as something that we can trust. And one of the things that we've talked about is that we can trust God, trust the Bible because of who it comes from. 2 Timothy tells us that the Word of God is inspired. In reality, the literal translation is God-breathed. And so if God breathed into it, we can trust it. And that's probably the most important thing about trusting our Bibles. We have the ability to leap into God's arms. We have the ability to jump over a wall, to scale a wall, no matter what's on the other side. And to a certain extent, we always are given that opportunity to say, God, I trust you. And the best part about it is that no matter how big the wall, no matter how far the jump, no matter what, if we say, God, I'm coming to you, God's going to catch us. He is trustworthy. We can leap into His arms, and His arms are always big enough, strong enough, and skillful enough to always catch us. So thanks, God.